Alright folks, welcome back. I am Shipwreck Sean, and this is episode 33 of my Sailwind series. Today we're going to be trying to get to Mirage Mountain, one of the new islands in this archipelago, part of the 0.33 update. I have also noticed that they have updated the interactive map, so we're going to be able to sail there, but there is a couple of problems which I will bring up as we get sailing. But I have not been in this boat since the last time you guys saw me in this boat, so we're also going to be relearning how to sail. I have really missed it. This is genuinely the first time I've stepped on board. I haven't done any preparations for this. Oh, we don't want to hit the wall. So the wind is blowing us in and towards the dock. So how am I going to play this? This is what I probably should have thought about before jumping on. I think we're just going to have to push the nose out. Yeah, we're going to have to just keep pushing our bow. I'm sure there's probably a seafaring way I could have done this. I mean, she's got a bit of go forward, so this is perfect. This is better than anything I could have done with the sails and helm. In we go. Looks like we're going to hit that little rock feature there. Oh, and we've avoided. So we are out in the open sea. So I'll just get us heading generally east, and then we will consult our interactive map. But saying that is easier than doing. Let's bring down... We have gaffs, don't we? What's this? That's a topsail. Well, it's down now. What's this? That's my mainsail. Well, she's down now. Well, we just bring everything out and see what happens. Okay, she's out. That could probably... Okay, that was back here, wasn't it? Okay, that's the top square. I believe the best advice was to just leave the sheets for the squares completely open, because they will take to the wind perfectly that way. Right, so we've got a square out. That gaff, I don't know if it's doing much. Is this it? There we go. Okay, that's alright. Main square now. I think it might make more sense if we turn to starboard a little. I've not even checked if I've got enough food or anything, but I would imagine I do, because it's not like you can get any at this island here. I won't mention anything of the island because I know there's spoilers on that island. If you want to find out, you're just going to have to watch all the other 32 episodes. Or you can just watch the last one. Okay, so we are now moving forward. The squares are doing next to nothing in this position. So it might be that we're sailing east without the squares. Big boom there. Right, so the wind is... Well, it's kind of behind us. What the hell are these guys? Is this the other gaff? Yes, it is. And then we open up that gaff. Is that what I've just... That's what I've just hauled. Sorry, folks. I'm getting there. Got our little square at the back, which we will loosen up. Right, and now we just have to kind of readjust the gaffs so they make some sort of sense. And we're moving. I don't know if we're moving completely efficiently, but we're moving. Now I just need to make sure we're pointing dead east. Do some micro adjustments, and then we can check our map and feed ourselves and check what cargo we've got on board and everything. Right, how does that look? That actually looks quite good to me, folks. I have completely forgot the jib. Right, was that this one? Yes, it was. There we go, the jib's right out. Somehow there's wind getting there through the mainsail. Quite happy with that. Do we just open the jib up, do we think? I think she's already completely opened up. Yep. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. She's maybe a little bit on the loose side, so I should tighten on the opposite side. Here we go. And this little cutie can come out too, just for a bit of fun. I'm realising as I speak, I don't have the name of all the sails. Right, this was like a bowsprit square. We've got our main square, our top square, our top sail. We've got our main gaff. We've got our mizzen gaff next to our mizzen square or aft square. On our sandbuck. And it was, did we decide it was a gaff cutter? I'm sure that was it. Shipwreck Sean is exposing himself. I'm like, what are boats again? Okay, right, so we are tired, we are thirsty, we are hungry. I might drink some alcohol and then I'll be very tired. I might just sleep all the way to Oasis. Do we have alcohol? Empty barrel of water, barrel of honey beer. Right, let's just see if we've got more water. Sculptures, I'm guessing I'm supposed to be selling that somewhere. I can't remember, I'm going to need to check the old episode now. We've got sculptures, oranges, so they've got to make a profit somewhere, hopefully at Oasis. I can't remember if I got to the secret island from... Oh, it would have been Gold Rock City, so that'll be there for profit for Oasis. Let's go and get myself a bottle. There we go, this looks like my alcohol bottle. Looks like we're running out of booze, so we're going to have to do a big stock up at Oasis. Because, spoiler alert, we're going to another archipelago after we hit Mirage. Is it Mirage Mountain? Mirage Island? You know the one. I'll need to consult the map very soon so I can get my bearings. I've got a pot there. Oh, I need to buy a bailing bucket because there is now water damage in the game. Have I got anything decent to eat that isn't just bread? I'm feeling... there we go. We got some sunspot fish. I believe if I also have logs somewhere, I can cook. We do have logs. Other bits of vice versa. I can't remember which is going to be energy elixir and which is going to be the poison. Alright. So I'm going to hop over to the map and we're going to create a game plan. Alright, so here we are. When I sat down today to record, I didn't actually know that this had been updated, so that's very exciting. I'll need to check and see if they have like social media or something that I can follow just so I can stay updated with them. Maybe we're looking for Mothcalast, so I'll have a wee peek. But anyway, as we can see, we have Old Ankh Town here. I didn't even realise you could get through that channel, so that's where these maps can be quite handy. But if I skip up north, here is Mirage Mountain, which is making me wonder if I'm even going to get the sandbuck in there. But we're going to try. Even if I have to just like berth up at the side and walk over Mirage Mountain, screw it. I imagine because it's called Mirage Mountain, it's going to be easy to find. So we've just got the long, I believe it was like a day and a half or a couple of days sail from Elian Island to Oasis. And then I'm trying to decide, I think what I'll do at Oasis is I will... I'm trying to work out if I want to completely stock up for the ocean crossing up to Aestrin. There you go, that's where we're going. Or if I would rather go to Mirage Mountain, check that out, and then come back. I think for the sake of this video, what I'll do is I'll actually just... I think I'll just sail past Oasis. And if we're desperate for food and things, we'll head there. and then we'll head up to Mirage Mountain, have a look, and then I'll just start the next episode from Oasis. That's what we'll do. Game plan, folks. Game plan. At the time you guys are listening to this, I will have already decided, so if you wanted the opposite, then sorry. But we are roughly... Let's see if I can work this again. We've popped out from this side of Alien Island and come round about here. So there we are. It's nice to use this again. So we're just going to bank it east and hopefully get to Oasis quite soon. So that is the game plan, folks. That's what we're going to do. Apologies if you can hear my cat, or for those of you that enjoy hearing the cat. There you go. So the game plan is keep heading until we see Oasis, get as close to Oasis as possible. If we need to stock up on anything, we'll head to Oasis. Or if somehow we're completely filled with water and I need to get bailing buckets, we will head to Oasis. But if not, we will just go direct to Mirage Mountain and see what happens. As I say, I'm not confident by the looks of the island if we will get the sandbuck in there. So that's the fun. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the last episode. I know it was a little bit lackluster, but as I say, it was really just a mode for me to get back into the swing of things. And all of the comments have been very lovely, as usual. So, you know, don't think there's any surprise in my voice. I was definitely humbled, and it's a nice feeling, but you guys don't surprise me anymore. There's a brilliant community we've got here. So, nice to be back. That's the sentimental part of this episode done. A bit shorter this time, but needs to be done. We do need to think about sleeping soon, so I think I'll just get myself some nighttime bread from the ungodly pile, which I didn't even mention in the last episode. You'll have noticed there was an ungodly pile on the Dow as well. I like how that's just so normalised in this channel that I'm trying to remember who I saw it from. I think it might have been Coupling Rhino. Coupling, did you ever upload any videos? I think you must have, because I think you showed me a video and you just had like bread and fruit spread along the deck. If it wasn't you, Coupling, then you're getting the credit. And if whoever deserves the credit is listening, please comment so I can rectify. But we're just going to get ourselves pointing generally east. Oasis is easy to sail to, particularly if we wake up at night time. We should see the lighthouse. That's about as east as I'm going to get. The wind is actually really nicely in our sails. It's weird how I've loosened... Oh no, that's fine. I thought that from this view it looked like the square sail at the front was completely perpendicular to the direction of the boat, but it's not. It's going off to the left. So I think all there's left to do now is head to sleep. So I'll do that, and if I wake up at night time, then we'll get to turn on our nav lights. Yeah, this is like a good little tutorial back into the sandbuck. So I'll see you folks at that point. Quick check of the clock actually. How do I crouch? There we go. It is 3 PM. I've been known to fall asleep at 3 PM in real life, so time for a danger nap. And I've picked up the bed. Okay folks, we have woken up in the middle of the night. We haven't completely slept. However, I did change my mind while sleeping there. So for those of you new to the channel, this happens a lot. But I have completely changed the game plan. We are actually going to berth at Oasis, because I've just realised that I'm carrying sculptures and they're very heavy. And if we have to navigate through that little S-bend on Mirage Mountain, which I'll just skip to the map now. Yeah, so if we have to navigate this, I'd rather do it as light as possible. So yeah, so we're going to get rid of the sculptures. I don't know if they make that much of a difference on the sandbuck, but it was just a thought I had. So we'll be seeing Oasis today. This episode will be as long as it needs to be. I'm not fussed. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to... I can't see Oasis or anything from where I am. So we've still got quite a wee bit to go. I wonder if I can still see Alien. Might be quite hard with the visibility at night time. Nope, can't see Alien or Elian. But if I come and line myself up to the middle, we're still heading east. So I'm more than happy just to grab some more water, a few more bites of bread, and head to sleep. So I'll be back with you when I've woken up. Okie dokie folks, we have woken up. I don't really know what happened there, but as I was sleeping, the bar that goes across the screen when you're sleeping, well, it would move like by a hair follicle length. In Scotland we would say a baw hair. It would move by a baw hair, and then I would wake up to the sound of like collision, but the boat was still moving, but it just meant I had to sleep like 10 times there just to like get the energy bar right up. So I don't know what happened there. I wondered if maybe it was something to do with like the mod that has whales in it. Maybe I was ramming straight into the back of a whale. Who knows? But either way, we are awake. It is night time, so it's an opportunity to get all the lights on. If I can remember where they are. Is that all the lights we have up the front? We need way more lights than this. Lights down below deck. Yeah, it's far too dark. I think I used to just carry one around, didn't I? Yeah. We've got a light up here. Yeah, this big crate of sculptures. That ain't coming with us to Mirage Mountain. And I don't have a light in the room. I've really went Scottish on purchasing the lights and tried to save as much money as possible there. So we're going to make ourselves look fancy at some point in the future. Can we see Oasis? That is the question. Yes, we can. There she is. So you can just see it above my... just trying to float above the water there. So I think we're close but still far. So I'm trying to decide if I want to drink some more alcohol just to make the time pass. Or actually, one of these is going to drain my energy and fill my hunger. Okay, I'm going to make a save. There we go, saving. And we're going to just find out what's what. I imagine, knowing me, I've got more energy elixir than... I can't actually remember what the other one's called. Does it tell you when it's just sat there? Nope. Okay, folks, don't do this at home. If someone offers you a drink of something and you don't know what it is, don't do it. Yep, that was not what we wanted. So is it one of these then? Yeah, that's the one we wanted. So whatever's the one that drained my energy and filled everything else, fantastic. Everything else, rather. So that means we're going back to sleep, folks. Oh, that's a cool view, isn't it? I've really missed this boat. I really have. Looks like we need to replace a candle in our... Wait, hold on. Should red not be on the left? And vice versa? Am I an idiot? Was it always like this, or has the update done this? Have I been... Yeah, left for port. And port is a wine. A red wine. So red. Right for starboard. I don't have a way of remembering green, but just whatever one isn't red. Yeah. Have I had that round the wrong way the whole time? I'm definitely going to be checking previous episodes. Let's check, see how we're hauling. Eight knots, we can definitely improve upon that. And it might even be worth it. Do I want to go to the shipyard before I do an ocean voyage? So many things to decide from. Anyway, I think I'm going to sleep now so that I don't wake up actually on top of the lighthouse. So this is very truly a danger nap, and I'll see you at the end of it. Okay folks, so I had to get to the bottom of it. So here we are on the Shipwreck Sean YouTube channel. I've opened up a video, and would you look at that? That is a red light on the starboard side. I've been running with that like the whole time. So don't come to Shipwreck Sean for nautical facts. I can be confidently, I genuinely don't know how I've done that. I will have to go back through and watch the decision process of putting that there, but yep, confirmed. You've seen it here first, folks. I am an idiot. But anyway, less about that. We have woken up and you can see we are right at Oasis. So now I need to think about how I'm going to berth this girl. It has been a hot minute. So I believe I'm going to bring all the squares up or down. What way did the squares go? Yeah, squares are coming up. And we'll do it just with the gaffs. That will reduce some speed as well. Lovely jubbly. Over to our square at the back. It's the mizzen mast that even when I was still YouTubing regularly, the mizzen mast, I was like, I couldn't remember which was which. Here we go. Cool, so we'll just try and berth like this. I think we should be alright. Don't think we're going too fast at all. I think maybe our little bowsprit square might actually be helping. We could use a little bit of water. I'm not going to bother actually. Since we're here, I'll head into town. Grab some more bread for the pile. Get rid of some stuff so I've got space in my pockets for bread. Look at her. She's not the best looking, but she's also gorgeous at the same time. Sorry for those of you who have just been drowned. Right, it looks like I'm going to smash into the sandbank. Rule 1 of sailing, stay in the water. Preferably with a boat. Back streets, back up. Right, okay, now we just need to turn around here. Oh yeah, I've had the Backstreet Boys stuck in my head for a week. Because when I started recording the last episode, I sung Backstreet's Back, alright. I didn't keep that part. I think that was one of my attempts that didn't work. You guys don't need that. Right, so when we turn this way, the gaff should swing round, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it won't, will it? Yeah, I meant the jib. That's what I said, folks, right? The jib will swing round. If you heard differently, then no, you didn't. And do I encourage the gaff to swing? Is that what we do? Here we go. Boats are easy. And was it port side? Nope, port side is for raising. Starboard side. Get her swung round. Nice. We must remember, folks, there is damage. I did technically make a save before drinking the mysterious potion. So, at least I have a save if I smash the boat into the pier, but there is jeopardy and consequence in this berthing now. I don't think there's been any updates to the towns that are already here. Swing her about. Don't know if any of you folks have ever played Empire, Total War, or any of the Total War games. They were definitely my favourite growing up. I spent an ungodly amount of time on Rome Total War as a kid. Well, I've been playing a lot of Empire again recently. And it's a bit dated as a game, but I forgot how good it is. I tell a lie, I've never forgotten how good it is. It's one of my most played games on Steam, but... yeah, that's where that quote was from. Bring her about. I got a message from Coupling Rhino saying something about my YouTube channel was me bumbling my way across the ocean sea. Bumbling and babbling, I think, are good words for... good descriptors for this channel. What the hell am I doing actually? Right, so I need to... oh my god. Too much. Oh, I know, Bonnie. This one? No. No. Here we go. Whew. Panic stations. And it was the port side. I think I might be going too fast. Please stop. Please stop. See, usually I would just smash it in and not care. Right, folks, that was not my best. Okay, we still have the jib. Can we bring her around with the jib? Sorry, I try not to shake the camera around too much when I'm playing because I know it can make people ill when they're watching YouTubers, but I'm in panic mode, so I will try my best not to. Right, how do I want to do this? The jib's obviously just going to bring me forward, isn't it? So can I swing out to the right? In real life, if you're bringing a historic wooden ship to a pier, I recommend knowing what you're doing first. This bowsprit square is coming in very handy right now though, it's helping us turn. Right, now the wind is going to be behind us, but the bowsprit square will still catch. Am I going to have to go back down and try that again? Yeah. It's a very humbling moment, folks. There's always chapters in my video, so if you want to skip straight to Oasis, do that. But if you want to watch and listen to my pain, you are most welcome. I think we can just get away with turning. I know this is impatient sailing. What do you think, Bonnie? Yeah. I am now sailing with one hand and clapping a cat's belly with the other, which is always a dangerous game. Oh, there are now claws holding onto my flesh. She's turning slowly. I think the square is not helping anymore. Square. This guy. I wasn't actually trying to do that. I'm trying to bring the square in, haven't I? That's the jib. Oh my word, folks. Oh my word. So these are the... oh, there we go. Is that what I was already pulling? Who knows? Who knows? Right, so we are... the wind is in our side. So I want to now bring the jib sheet in a bit. And then haul this and hope that there's enough of a turning point there. So we're soon going to have the wind. We're going to be in irons. I don't think we're turning quickly enough for attack. Actually, yes we are. This is a pilot boat. This isn't me swimming in the water, right? We'll just pretend. Easy. Easy peasy, could do that in my sleep. Right, well, she's turning. I want to make sure that jib is nice and tight. Line us up. And now that we're relatively lined up, we can straighten up the helm. And just potter ourselves into port. We're going to be selling sculptures. And we had oranges as well. I'm not sure if we were selling those oranges or keeping them for vitamin D. I think I'm going to keep one. Because we are making an ocean crossing very soon. Can't get through the cargo. Oh my goodness. Okay. I have become my male final form and I'm doing far too many things at once. Right, that jib. These are the two squares. So this is the jib. And we have scraped along the pier, but that's alright. We need to invent a song. So we're going to ignore all these three. These are just for the bowsprit square. Jib is facing the jib. You know, that makes sense. Gaff, two mains, all on the main mast. Sheet for gaff, sheet for two mains, and on the opposite side. Sheet for squares, sheet for mizzen, and halyard for mizzen. That should not be so difficult. And yet it is. Where is our... Here we go. Get our stern line. That was a nice jump. And let's pull her in. Alright folks, for those of you who have just skipped the chapter, that went perfect. Absolutely nothing wrong there. For those of you who didn't skip the chapter, shh. And I think I've actually just rammed her into the pier there. Lovely jubbly. Over here. Oasis, it's been a hot minute. How are we? How much will you give me for these oranges? And some sculptures. Hopefully big bucks. And I need to remember I've got gold lions to spend as well. But that will be the next episode. We will decide what we're going to be selling across the ocean. So we're selling currently oranges and sculptures. I believe they're right at the end, aren't they? Sculptures. We're going to get 1781. I feel like we did buy them from Oasis. So we're basically selling them to not make a profit. Right, okay. New game plan. Can we make a profit with sculptures and Astron? Well, we could actually make it in Mirage Mountain. Not much of a profit. Well, 307. It's not massive. 317 rather. If we decided to take it to Astron, we could get a pretty decent profit for Astron, but I think I'd rather start afresh. So I know this is not really the wisest thing to do, but I'm just going to sell everything I've got and we're going to start afresh since it has been a while. That is just what we're going to have to do. Where's oranges? Here we go. We could no, and we're definitely not going to get a profit at Mirage Mountain for the oranges, so we'll just get rid of that crate, and we've still got one crate of oranges for the future. Finances, we've got 4584 Alank Lions, 299 Emerald Dragons, and 30 Gold Lions. So we'll be able to spend as much as we can in the next episode to stock up. But for now, I'm just going to quickly go and grab some bread if the shops are still open. And we're going to set off to Mirage Mountain. I can't even remember if you can get bread. Oh yeah, you will. It'll be in the... In fact, I think I might stay overnight. Yeah, we're going to stay overnight just so that everything is refreshed. We'll buy bread now, and hopefully the time it takes to stay overnight will make more appear. We were running out of alcohol, but we're not going that far, are we? So we don't need more. So yep, I'm going to go to sleep in this lovely bed and breakfast here. Speak to him for exciting things to happen. So yep, see you folks in the morning. Good morning. We have some bread. And I'm going to take some coconut wine for fun. It is a lovely morning here on Oasis. A little bit windy, but that's what we expect. And Sailwind. Perfect weather for sailing. I'm going to sprint to shorten this walk as much as possible to save you guys my yapping. And I am actually going to check and see if there's any missions to Mirage Mountain as well. I'm not going to take much, just in case I can't get the boat in there. I'll maybe just take like a unit of mail. But just so we've got another purpose. A tangible purpose that isn't just us being nosy. Is it in World for Mirage Mountain? I guess not. Right, okay, so there's just no missions to Mirage Mountain. That's alright. Can we sell a crate of something? See, I could haul loads there. You know, I could just haul like a entire hold full of tuna or meat and make a decent amount. And I can probably do that with many things here. But as I say, the fear is getting there and there's just no room. And I'm going to have to swim with a giant crate. Marble is very heavy. But I don't think that matters when you're carrying it, right? Nice wee 810 profit for marble. The weight is 1,000. Nothing for gems or gold or silver. I can't afford gold. I can afford a box of silver with a 1,045 profit. It is heavy but it's small. So we'll sell some silver to Mirage Mountain. Long Sean Silver over here, eh? Okay, game plan. So we made it to Oasis by sailing round in this direction. And then we just came straight up and berthed straight away, didn't we? Yep. There was definitely none of this business. We'll keep it true. So we've come back. And now we need to head from there. Let's get our trusty pencil tool. To this opening of Mirage Mountain. I suspect we're going to see it because it's a mountain. But parallel to that line is basically just north of east-northeast. Not that it matters, as I say, because I think we should be able to see it. Can we see it from where we are? No. Well, I've not got my telescope. So I'm just going to get us underway. I'm going to try not to think about it. I'm going to just try let it all happen naturally without smashing anything. I think I'll give us a little shove while I'm strong. Little shove just to help us out along the way. It's now an important gameplay method to avoid damage. And I think I've actually smashed us straight into the bollards. Use this episode as an educational tool of how not to berth and how not to undock. I think that's the wind, is it? Where is the wind? It's in our side, so jib out. Which was this guy. I didn't invent a song yet. Bring the gaff out since the wind is in our side. And nice, I'm just going to straighten up the helm. Get us out of the bay. And we can get the rest of the sails up and fine tune them. Is that's going to direct us towards the sandbank. So I'll turn around here. I'm getting a shipwreck Sean panic that I haven't pressed record, so I'm going to just quickly check that. Yes folks, I had pressed record. I wouldn't usually do an edit like that in an episode, but after last episode and losing an hour of my life, it's very necessary. Open up that jib there. Let's go and get our mizzen gaff out, which is this chap here. See, the thing is, when I'm calm, I remember what each sheet and halyard are. When I'm panicking, my brain just, it doesn't think about boats. It thinks about the tuna pasta that I had at my gran's in 2004. Okay, so we're not heading in the right direction, but roughly we're going to drop our bread. I've missed this. It's actually my favourite part of the game, if I'm honest with you. Second favourite part, chopping it. Oh, listen to that. Okay, so Sailwind has been updated, so now when you chop bread, you're basically chopping up an iron crate. Sorry, headphone users. That was loud for me as well. Let's get ourselves straightened up. So we want to be going roughly in this direction, just north of east-northeast. And now, oh, we've got the wind right up us. That's going to be good. So we can open this gaff up as much as we want, really. I'll maybe pull that back a bit just for looks. We're going to get our squares out. There you go, that's them out. Do I even want to use the bowsprit square? Yeah, just because it's nice. It's nice to go full sails, especially after all this time, and after playing around in the Dow in the last episode. There's a huge place in my heart for the Dow, of course. That's that square. I feel like I could use something like here. I think you guys were saying you can do that. So it's kind of hard to visualise, but see where the gaff comes up. I just want a topsail, a gaff topsail to fill that gap, and I think we would really be cooking with gas. When I say cooking, I mean the old millennial cooking. But if there's any Gen Zers playing Sailwind as well, you are most welcome. My little sister's Gen Z and she's the coolest maniac I've ever met. Okay, so we're bringing on water. Fantastic. Water, oranges. As I say, I'll need to check all this properly in the next episode because we'll need to stock up on water, booze, stuff for vitamin D. I probably should have stocked up on more things. Is it snake oil? That's the one. I should have stocked up on more snake oil for the ocean voyage. Just because it can make the editing quicker when you just basically, I mean, you guys were with me. Just wake up, straighten up, take your location, get drunk, wait until you're tired, sleep, rinse and repeat. So it might be a longer ocean crossing this time, but we do have the sandbuck. I made my last crossing in the Dow. And was my Dow upgraded? I'm sure, yeah, it was. So in the future, I'd actually like to do an ocean crossing in the base game Dow. I think that would be just the right level of crazy for me. Right, we're moving with a good bit of speed. Oasis is behind us. we are heading east-northeast. We can fine-tune that just a little bit northwards. But I don't think it's going to matter, as I say, because it's quite a big island we're looking for. I really want a crow's nest as well. I don't know if that's something you can get in the sandbuck, but... Oh, I can't remember if I mentioned, folks, but I do have the shipyard mod, which upgrades the shipyard. But I think it might be a wee while before we get there, because I don't think I'm going to go to Gold Rock before the ocean voyage. Although in saying that, it might be the wisest thing to do, because then you're going from the sort of main town of the archipelago. There you go, I'm just keeping you on your toes, folks. What the hell is Shipwreck Sean going to do in the next episode? I know for a fact that we're going to Aestrin, into that archipelago. I just don't know where we're going to stock up from. I'm thinking Oasis, but now, as I'm talking out loud, I'm thinking Gold Rock City as well, to check out the shipyard whilst I'm there. So we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. This episode will go out before I start recording the next one, because I'm just kind of doing maybe one a week right now, so do let me know in the comments, and I will see them before I sit down to record, what you think is the best game plan. It's been a while since I've done a poll, but I won't bother with that since we've just made it, we've just come back. Let's go and grab our... Have I only got... Oh yeah. I was like, where's all my money gone? I bought silver, that's where. I'm going to find my telescope, get that ready. And I think it'll just be a matter of eating and drinking and intermittent checking. I would suspect it would be dead ahead, because we are heading in the correct direction. Oh, there we go. So I'll just tilt this down. You can see Mirage Mountain there. So we've sighted land straight off the bat. So I think what I might do is drink one of these, go to sleep and wake up quite close. So I'll see you when I'm a bit closer. Alright folks, so we have woken up. As you can see, we are very close to Mirage Mountain. So I'm going to have to find the inlet. It is getting pretty dark, so we're going to lose daylight. So I don't know how much we'll get from today, if any, to explore around the island to see where the best point of access is. So I'll just get us nice and close, and then I just think I'll have to sleep us through it. I'm going to rearrange these gaffs so that the wind is a bit more efficient, much like I just did. I never said actually, I'm very, very excited that this is a numbered episode. I believe number 33, because that means Backstreet is truly back, alright. Where in we come. I didn't write a song, folks. I'll have a song for the next episode. And there were Jibbas back in. I did have to reload there. Where is... There we go. Nice. We are now moving forward as efficiently as Shipwreck Sean can manage. It's getting pretty dark. And I'm going to pull this bowsprit square in just so I can get a bit better visibility. Mirage Mountain looks very cool though. It does look very... looks very Scotland. But anyone from any country can say that. Don't worry, we don't gatekeep hills in Scotland. We've just got a nice selection of them. Lights on. I'm not going to bother with doing anything about my energy bar, because actually we want that to go down so I sleep right through the night. So the only thing I will do is get drunk on coconut wine. We're going to leave the pile of bread. We're going to have some sunspot fish. I will buy some more of that for our ocean voyage. I've got an empty crate here that I presume was sunspot fish. So I'd like to have a whole collection of sunspot fish, because I believe this is the only archipelago where you can buy them. And they're great because they just stay dry and you can eat them forever. So if I've got them and my fishing rod with a bunch of fishing hooks, which I've realised I don't know where they are. That was... There we go. So I need more logs and another crate of hooks. And yeah, I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to have fish soup as well with my soup pot. So we'll just have a bit of fun. So the next episode, which is still a wee bit to go, you know, I'm not signing off. The next episode we'll play around with some of the food updates, and if we end up in Gold Rock City we'll play around with the shipyard as well. And as I say, we'll most certainly stock up for the ocean voyage. Whether I set sail or not in the next episode is yet to be determined. But we'll certainly get ourselves ready. My aim for the end of the next episode is, if I haven't set sail, then the start of the one after that will be me essentially taking the spring lines out and heading off. Right, I'm starting to see sand. So that looks like an inlet, but they've got bollards up to say don't come in here, it's dangerous. There's like a wall there. So I think at this point I'm going to bring the sails in and anchor. And then I'll just wait until daytime so I've got the visibility to do this. You can't see much, but I am bringing up the squares. There you go, better visualization there. That's the main gaff down. Head round here. Can't see anything, but the mizzen square is coming up. And the mizzen gaff is down. And I believe that's all of our sails. Yep, so now I can drop anchor. I will get more lights, folks. I know it's very dark. My smugglers episode was pitch black, and I know that was a slight point of contention, which is understandable. No one comes to YouTube to look at a black screen. We're definitely going to need a new candle in there. Right, so I think I'll just turn the lights off. I will head to sleep, and I'll basically just wait until we've got half decent visibility, and I'll be back with yous. So I'll see you in the daytime, folks. Alright, we have slept through perfectly, and it is morning. I'm quite thirsty, so we'll deal with that first of all. Heading into the dark abyss for some water. If I could find it. Barrel of water. Fantastic. And I think I can actually see building structures. Hold up just a minute. Let's go and have a proper look. See there? Looks like there's like a church or something. Or the Al-Ankh, would it be like a mosque? Because I know Al-Ankh's supposed to be sort of more Berber, Arabic sort of vibe to it. It's a temple of sorts. So how are we going to do this? It looks like this is the channel. Oh my word. You know what? Getting in. I'm actually terrified. Okay, well, we're just going to have to go for it. And if I damage the ship, I damage the ship. Hauling up anchor in silence because I'm nervous. It's a long anchor chain, folks. Think amongst yourselves. There we go. Right, the wind is right behind us, so I'll get some manoeuvrability with this chap. Not much, but something. I might actually bring out the topsail as well. It's not balanced, but I'll be at the helm anyway. Are we moving forward? We are, ever so slightly, so let's just double triple check. Yes, so it's this channel here that's kind of obscured by the sunlight. That's where we're starting. And I'm not going to look at the map. We're doing this raw, folks. It might be slow going, but we want to try and do it without damage. See, it's a good thing. Damage is good. It makes you actually think. I just haven't played the game enough to, since the update, to experience how bad the damage is. I've heard that it can be quite bad, quite expensive. So we might be selling this silver just to make up for the repairs we'll have to make from smashing the boat into Mirage Mountain. So we'll see. I hope these channels are deep. I hope they've had the dredgers out for my arrival. Oh my word, I don't think I can get this in. Can I squeeze it through? There's like a little channel there. Yeah, it looks like I can squeeze it through there and round the corner, and that's going to be... So I'm aiming for here now, folks, because I don't think I can get the sandbuck round that sandbank. New tongue twister for you. How's the wind? Is it still helping us? It is. Hear the seriousness in my voice. It's just a game. It's just a physics simulator at the end of the day. With cartoon graphics. Don't be scared. I mean, if cargo ships can get through the Panama Canal, I can get through the Mirage Mountain Canal. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, this is squeaky bum time, folks. Right. I don't know if they say that in other parts of the world, but that's a Scottish thing as well. You've learned 2 Scottish things today. Baw hair and squeaky bum time. I'm not going to explain squeaky bum time. Or baw hair for that matter. Right. I don't want to turn too soon, but I don't want to turn too late. And I think we might be going too fast. Well, she's not going to turn any harder, so I'm going to come out and get rid of that topsail. Yep, so topsail in. Okay, we're going to struggle to move forward with the direction of the wind. But we are going to move forward, just very slowly. I might even just tighten this angle a bit. Yep, just so it's a bit more 45. Because it was currently kind of wanting to bring the bow to port. We want the energy pushing us forward as much as possible. And we want to keep that momentum, especially where we're going to turn at a weaker angle here. I don't think there's much there's much water. I'm running out of sea. Okay. And just remember, folks, I'm going to have to get this bloody thing out. I did say I was going to start the next episode either at Oasis or now I'm thinking Gold Rock City, but if I'm going to have to struggle out of here, you guys are struggling with me. Ever so slight move forward there. Oh, whoops. I'm just going to loosen that up again. I can tell how impatient I am because I'm wanting to bring out all the squares just to move us forward a bit more quickly, but I'd regret that. Maybe I can reef. Bring out a top square, just reefed up. Yeah, it's not going to add 20 knots, is it? Barely half a knot if I'm lucky. I feel like I could jump off and walk there, you know that? I'm starting to regret trying this. Because when we come out, particularly at this point, you've got the wind blowing us in. So I'm going to have to turn round and then like push the boat through the canal. Maybe we might get a very slight angle to close haul. But I'm not really that well set up for... we'll be fine. What am I panicking for? There's a chess player in history who never used to look more than one step ahead. Because what's the point? I'm sure there's a point, but I've been getting into chess a lot recently. I'm not very good, but seems fun. Right, we've got a tight turn coming up soon. So we need to be aware of the fact that our boat is not turning quickly at all. And not just quickly, but sharply is what I need. I think if we push this angle... I'm tempted to turn us out and in, but I think if we just push this angle and then hard port, we can do something with the sails to pick up speed if need be. There she is in all her glory. Trundling along. What's it? Bumbling. Bumbling through the channel. We'll get some nice shots here. This feels very ICU, another great Sailwind YouTuber. It's the kind of thing they do. Some nice shots and edits. It's actually really cool. See, this YouTube channel is for you guys, but it's for me as well. Right, don't get distracted because turning point is coming up. Right, I'm going to go now. And it is actually quite sharp, so I might need to open up the helm again. Or is it sharp enough? We might need to jump out and encourage with a little push. The boom actually swung us round a bit. That was funny. So there's physics on the boom swing. Alright, so we did have to cheat a little bit. But that's okay. Looks like we're going to be close reaching for a while. So let's get the jib out. That's not the jib. Let's get the jib out. And then we'll tighten her up for our close reach. There we go. I think I'm just going to get rid of you for now. And it sounds like the topsail's struggling as well. Yeah, topsail's doing nothing. And just for the purpose of being tidy, I'm going to pull the booms in it as well. Do, 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 do. And there we go, mizzen boom in. So yeah, it's way too much of a close haul now to actually sail. So this is going to have to be a push job. Because it is not sail the seas, we do not have kedging anchors. Or do I just anchor off and walk the rest of the way? Let's have a think. Well, really, actually, no, we'll just push her because we really don't have far to go, do we? We've committed now. Plus, the Sailwind character is like an absolute monster in terms of strength. Not for swimming, though. Right, we've got that little bit of forward momentum. I think if I peel slightly to port... oh no, that's wrong. I had the wind. I miscalculated there. I would have been better going to starboard. But it looks like we'll get away with the momentum from that push for a wee second more. And I will peel off to starboard, and that should hopefully pick up a bit of wind. I think I'm going to just go and completely tighten that jib as well, so that it is basically parallel with the mast. I know I'm not supposed to do that. There we go, it's just slightly to the starboard side of the main mast. And we're still going. So this is just the very slow, depressing, boring part, but we'll be turning very soon. Did I leave that topsail out? There we go. Right, and I can keep inching a wee bit more to starboard now. Our squares would be helpful at this point now. But I'm just doing things in baby steps. I actually thought the long part of this episode was going to be sailing from Alien Island through Oasis. But I suspect there's going to be about... it feels like it's going to be about 3 hours of me in this channel. Anecdotes, Sean. See, you can't, they don't work that way. There we go. How's my life doing? I'm still working on historic vessels. That's been actually a wee bit more exciting of late. I imagine when it gets into winter time, we'll have a wee bit less to do. I have a small boat. It's one of the small boats that we look after, and I just put the cover on for the winter. And it always makes me sad because every morning I go and polish the varnish, and it's a very satisfying job. So it does open up my morning a bit, but it's like the best part of the job gone for the winter. But there's other boats getting worked on, boats that will be going back on the water. None of them sailing boats, unfortunately. We do have one sailing boat on the water, but she is, if you go and look through all my shorts, that's Bloodhound. She's down at the south of England right now, getting raced by very, very good sailors. Not cartoony physics simulation sailors like myself. Oh, and another one is congratulations to Icoloco Gameplay. I've mentioned him so many times in this channel, and I know a lot of you guys are here through them. But I'm aware that they are now a professional sailor. So I don't know what the hell yous are doing over here. You should be going and watching Icoloco Gameplay for some real sailing lessons. So yeah, congrats Ico. You completely deserve that. I hope you're enjoying the sea as much as you enjoy the air. Right, yapping done. Let's open up our jib to get a bit more forward momentum. And let's get the square out again. And I'm actually going to bring that to 45-ish. A number between 1 and 70. We'll just pretend it's close to 45. We've picked up a teeny weeny bit of speed. Do. Okie dokie. Alright, I don't know why I was nervous. This is fine. It's a nice day. I've not checked my vitals in a while. I'm very tired, hungry and thirsty. But look at that. Perigo. I can't believe it's taken me this long in the episode to mention her name. SV Perigo. Which, if I remember correctly, was Portuguese for danger. Our dhow, Bonnie, is... where is the dhow? Oh, it's at Gold Rock City. So if we do go to Gold Rock before Aestrin, we'll pop in and go and have a look at our dhow. Very nice. I'm just realising now that I described this boat as a cutter, and I'm not completely sure I'm correct. Because a cutter, just because I mentioned the dhow there, I'm sure the dhow was a cutter because it had one mast. So this is 2 masts. Main mast is taller than the mizzen. Oh my god, I've forgotten. So does that make it a yawl? A yawl. Y-A-W-L. Okay, quick break, folks. A yawl is a 2-masted, fore and aft rigged sailing boat with the mizzen mast stepped far aft so that the mizzen boom overhangs the stern. Does our mizzen boom overhang the stern? It does. So we've got a yawl. I believe if the mizzen boom is slightly more forward, it's a ketch. It's something to do with like if it's forward of the helm or the rudder. I really am out of practice. I'm sure people will be in the comments with inflamed fingers letting me know. But as far as I can quickly work out on Google, we have a gaff-rigged yawl with a Sailwind sandbuck hull named SS Perigo. And isn't she lovely? I am, as I say, very tempted to bring the sails out because I know the longer this takes, the more I will descend into chaos. But I just know for a fact that as soon as I bring a square out, we're going to be going too fast. You know what, too fast is fine, let's do it, let's have fun. Felt the boat straighten up there. Yeah, because we're turning now so that the wind is more behind us. So it'll give us a little boost round this turn. I wonder how profitable it is to come here. Like, you come here and sell things, but it takes you like 4 hours to actually get round the island. Be cool if the bigger boats had like a little tender. You can drag at the back and then you could jump into your tender for navigating around these sections. Because when I go to Aestrin, I'm aware there's a lot of islands that aren't that great for smaller boats. A bit like Alank and a lot like Dragon Cliffs. For bigger boats rather. So it'd be a cool little thing if we could have a tender or a lifeboat. I'm saying tender, that's what the English call it. In Scotland we call it a dinghy. Dinghy's also a word in Scotland for you if you ignore someone. Here, I'm talking to you, don't dingy me. Right, it looks like we're almost there because I'm seeing a structure here. So you've all been very, very patient. Oh, look how good she looks in the shadow. Honestly, I love this boat. I love this game. That's so nice. Anyway, no distractions. We've got silver to sell. I hope they've got a tavern in Mirage Mountain. Shipwreck Sean could use a pint. And it looks like we'll get a nice little turn straight onto the dock. It is a smaller dock, but that's okay. I was going to say if we struggle we can just anchor in the bay, but it doesn't look like there's enough bay to anchor. So we're going to have to just do this. We're stopping. Where's the wind? I don't know why we're stopping. The wind's... Oh, is the mountain blocking the wind? Is that a thing? Is that a I think it's more likely just my sailing folks, but I felt like we should have been going forward there. It's just some light little love taps. Wind behind. We've got our top square out, catching the wind quite well. I think maybe the jib's not helping now. Yeah, I think that was it. There was too much sail area and the jib that was taking us to port, and it was counteracting the forward momentum. It sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but that's just a guess. But it seems to be the case because now we're moving. And when we turn, so we're actually going to get quicker as we turn in towards the dock. I think I can get away with, at the very least, reefing the top. We must have the helm locked to starboard as well. That's correct for that. And now it's just the final portion of the waiting game. I don't think the mountain does affect the wind because we're still getting wind. The wind markers seem to be at a very slightly different angle from each other. I don't know if that's just perception in the game, or something to do with the field of view or something, or if it is the wind whistling round the mountain. But I'm very excited to explore Mirage Mountain and see what the town has. Unlike the last episode where I'd already went and thought I was recording, this is what's the word? This is... I can't remember. Genuine. There we go. Authentic. Couldn't remember the word, then I remembered two. Okay, so... I think now the wind on our side is not helping us peel round. So I think at this point I'm just going to bring the sails in and just push us to port. Getting out of here is going to be a gosh darned nightmare. Right, we'll just do little love taps again. Head back on board, see how that's looking. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that actually. Can I leap across? I can. Oh, it looks very nice at night time. If there's any shops and things, I think we're too late to explore. And if that's the case, I will sleep on the boat and wait for morning. But before I do any of that, we'll take a wee walk around at night. When you go on holiday, that's the best thing to do. If you go on holiday to a new city, go into the city centre at night time. Obviously stay safe. I don't want anyone getting mugged somewhere because Shipwreck Sean told them to go and soak up the nightlife. Here we go. Right, we're berthed up. I think I can grab my silver. Go and sell that, see if we can find a tavern to stay the night in. Right, this is our lad. Silver. Now I do need to work out in my head kind of what currency I want to be selling and trading in. I think because I've purchased in gold ant lions, it's better just to sell in gold ant lions. I can't remember. I'm sure that's right. So we'll do that, and we've earned ourselves a tidy profit of 1,000 ant lions. We do have a cargo chap. That looks like the kind of main square area, but let's walk round the other side first. Yep, so we've got a bit of a market, which we will explore during the day. Got a bit of a castle. I'm getting, I don't know if you folks ever played Mountain Blade Warband. I'm getting like very, very like early days Mountain Blade Warband vibes from this. So it looks like we've at least got a market. We've got share a drink with a fellow sailor. So yeah, we've got a room, but it's really not the not the best. Sausages. Yeah, I'm absolutely shattered. I'm very thirsty and very hungry, so we'll just spend the night and then we'll do some exploring. Good morning via Mirage Mountain. Let's grab... Oh no, we don't need sausages for breakfast. What do they sell here? Right, let's start at the very start again. I want to do this authentically. Or genuinely. Right, up we go. Anything cool to trade from Mirage Mountain? Anything different and unique? Anything cheap? Pretty decent profit on cage. Mushrooms from Mirage Mountain to essentially anywhere else in the archipelago. So we might take a bunch of those for going to Gold Rock and or Oasis. Salt. Really not much of a profit on salt. We could, if we took... We could probably take 3 and get roughly about 600 profit, but that doesn't seem like much. I think we'd get a lot more, yeah, a hell of a lot more from taking a whole bunch of mushrooms. We wouldn't want to take too much so that we don't affect the economy. Goods, yeah, good profits from goods. Not much from books. Alright profit of gems to Gold Rock, but we can't afford gems without spending lions. Wrong currency. Can I not... Oh, you can only purchase here with it? Right, so I'd need to convert the lions into yada yada. It's all coming back, folks. It's all coming back. Right, that's the boring part out of the way. Let's go have a look around. So this was the tavern. Share a drink with a fellow sailor. I kind of want to, because I feel like they're going to give me some information. Would you like some coconut wine? I can't give them the wine. What if I put it in my inventory and then back out? There we go. Vast fields of saffron used to grow here. Now it's all buried under the sand. Let's try this again. Oh, I didn't even buy it, did I? Give drink. A boat leaving port. It was heading to Mirage Mountain. So it's just giving me info. I don't think it's like... no spoilers. I don't think it's like previous lads have bought drink for. Right, I'll get you a 4th bottle of wine, right? But, yeah, okay, it's just the same. My impatience has meant that if he has anything interesting to say, I'm not aware of it. Right, coffee... A bucket. We want a bucket. A kettle, which I think we can put on our stove. So I might actually go ahead, because I think with coffee we just need water, right? Oh, look at the map of Mirage Mountain. Yeah, we're getting that. That's cool. That is very cool. Oh, I feel like a wee boy in a shopping centre. Right, we've got a new bucket. We'll come back for a kettle. Salt. So I've never actually salted food in this game. I should do that. We've got some fresh food. Some more bread. And is that everything to be seen at Mirage Mountain? Yeah, because the saffron fields are no longer. I absolutely crapped my pants there at the sound of the whale. Can we sneak into... Oh, what have I done? Am I going to be able to get back out? Folks, what have I done? No. Please, no. I think the game knew people were going to do this. What? Can I stack? What if I stand on a fresh bun? Does that get me high enough? Oh my word, folks. What if I recover boat? Recovering your boat will transport you along to your boat to the last visited port and will cost you 5% of your total money. Oh my god. Okay. We don't want to do that. But we might have to. Just try to see if I can clip on anything to get... There we go. That saved us 5% of our money. For those of you watching who are curious to do that at Mirage Mountain, you can do it, but it's terrifying. Cool, so we've got some goodies. A mug for our coffee. And let's take this kettle. Find a nice place for it. I'm Scottish, but that also makes me British by default because I live on the island of Britain. Therefore, we need a kettle. I feel like surely you could just make tea in the pot as well, but hey ho. I've got a bailing bucket, which I think I'll place down below somewhere. Which I've not really had the chance to play around with yet. What else did I buy? The Mirage Mountain map, which is super cool. Where can I put that? You can sit there for now. Probably stay there forever. And we've got a bit of bread, which we will add to. Alright folks, so I think I'm trying to decide what am I going to do. I'm going to sign off, right? But what the hell do I want to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can profit. Maybe take some cave mushrooms down to... Yeah, we're going to go to Gold Rock City from here. That's exactly what we're going to do. And then from there, I can use the dhow off camera to pick up more snake oil and energy elixir. And then we'll stock up on everything we need, and then we'll work out if it's worth going back to Oasis for economic reasons to get our stock for going to Aestrin, or if it would be better off to just basically get everything from Gold Rock City. So we will start the next episode in the, what would you call it, the Harbour Master's office over there, deciding what we're going to take down. We will try to navigate ourselves out of here at the start of the next episode. Which will be, you know, that's 40 minutes of the next episode accounted for. And then we'll start making our way to Gold Rock. So, yeah, I have been Shipwreck Sean, folks. Thank you very kindly for joining me for my first numbered episode in a wee while. And I'll see you very soon. Cheerio.